Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I think we're live. I haven't done a live stream in so very long, so forgive me if this is really bad quality or, I don't know, not right or something. I don't know. It should be good. It should be good, but I haven't streamed in so long that I genuinely couldn't actually tell you if it would be or not. I can hear myself in the background, so it must be working. There you go. Well, I'll just turn myself off so I can't hear myself over and over. It's a bit ridiculous. But yeah, a little bit of streaming. I've done this in the past a really, really long time ago. And recently I mentioned in a video about doing a competition to do some room creation if people would be interested. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do a little bit of a live stream to introduce room creating, how it generally works, the tool. And then also just be fun to like hang out for a couple of hours. I'm not typically someone that streams very often, mainly because I just don't really have the time most of the time. But today I thought it'd be fun. I can see that Voss is here, the legend. Just saying, glass cannon is the best boss killing gun. In a way, yes. It's very good. It's very good for its tier. It's very good. But, like, it's definitely not the best, because obviously the makeshift cannon exists, and that kills bosses in a single hit. But I'd say that for its tier, it's very, very, very good. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Hello, hello. How is everybody? I'll keep the chat next to me. Never miss a live stream. I know, Voss, you're always here. Always. I haven't done a stream on YouTube in forever and a day as well. So... this is Rat, room architecture tool. Hey, Skeletor. This is, by the way, the person that just said hi, is, I really, do you know what? I've just realized, I don't think I've ever said your username in person. Is it Skeletor? I've never actually said it in person. But, anyways, that person that just said hi is actually the creator of one of the best mods that I use on my series, Knife to a Gunfight. So if you see anything from that mod, just know that that person is the creator, and they make some pretty dope stuff. Playing Gungeon right now with challenge mode. There is a challenge mode video coming up very shortly. I've pre-recorded like 5 or 6 videos for the Christmas break. Today we've got a Shade video coming up, which is the character that dies in one hit. He essentially is Tainted Lost from Isaac, but in Gungeon. So we've got a video for that character coming out today. Then we've got Blessed mode after that. Then we've got Challenge mode. Then we've got Turbo mode. Oh no, then we got Rainbow mode, and then we got Turbo mode, I think. We got like all the different fun game modes. We got quite a lot coming up. And I really, really, really broke one of the runs as well, in a fun way. It's almost unwatchable. It's so broken, but it'll be fun regardless. So I hope you guys enjoy. By the way, how's the music level? Is it not too loud, is it? I wanted to put a little bit of background music on so it wasn't just dead silence. But yeah, let me know. But yeah, I'm really enjoying playing Gungeon right now. Gunslinger's a lot of fun, yeah, you're right. So, anyways, let's introduce this tool a little bit here. So, this is the room architecture tool. As you can see here, this is the border of our buildable area. You can change this if you want to. Let's just start from the beginning. So, basically, when you create a new room, you can choose the dimensions that you want the room to start at. This is actually just the dimensions of your canvas, though, not the dimensions of the room itself. You can also draw a border if you'd wish. Personally, I always start at 50 by 50 because you never want a room to be any larger than that. So, we keep this as our maximum size. You can also press G to toggle the grid on and off, which is pretty good. Could be 1% higher. 1% higher. Okay. How's that? Yeah, okay, so... and then once you got this here, there's all sorts of different things you can place. So we got environment, which is like your walls and floor, things like that. So you can place like ice or like hazards, pits... then we've got exits and entrances. This is basically how you enter rooms. You always have to place these in every room to make them actually viable. Then we got, of course, enemies, and as part of this, we also have Nevernamed new enemies. Some of these you will not have seen before. They're pretty interesting. Then we've got placeables, which are things like tables, barrels, shrines, teleporters, all that sort of good stuff, as well as some other stuff. These aren't exactly super functional at the moment, but they are there if you'd like to use them. And then also some other stuff, as well as me. You can place a little me down. It's me. That's a sort of secret NPC you can find in a few secret rooms in the Gungeon. But it appears in the room creation. And we got decorations. Decorations are really sort of not very useful unless you have a specific vision in mind, because when you create a room, all the decorations are placed automatically. You know, ones like around the edge that'll be like fitting for the floor that the room shows up on, unless you want to do something different. You can spawn some specific loot if you'd like as well. Traps, of course. There is also some custom traps in here as well. And then NPCs, if you'd like to have some NPCs going on as well. There's quite a lot you can do. Definitely quite a lot. And then also as well, there's the room properties. So this depicts what floor it'll show up on. So we're going to be making some hollow rooms today. You can have it for multiple floors if you'd like, but we're just going to select hollow. You've also got a few things like metadata as well for like what type of room you're creating, what sort of, if it's a trap or combat room. This is sort of the procedural decorations I was talking about. Would you like it to be auto-decorated? And then also you've got like visual subtypes as well. So if you want it to look... Do you know how there's like 4 or 5 different ways that rooms can look within the hollow? You can change that as well. So it's kind of interesting. You've got quite a lot of options to play around with here. You can do quite a lot with it. It's a pretty powerful tool. I think you should make a 2x2 room that's only pits so you fall in it by accident. That'd be a dog shit idea, I think. Well, Nevernamed beat me to it. He already did that, so... you've not seen this version of Rat. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's got a lot more to it. Got a lot more to it. But yeah, so today we're going to be making rooms for the Hollow. I've already made 25 rooms for the Gungeon proper, the Keep, and the Mines. So now we're going to be making 25 rooms for the Hollow and Forge. That's my goal this stream, is to finish off those 2 floors. I'm probably going to be streaming for around 2 hours or so, I reckon. Maybe a little longer. But yeah, that's kind of the goals that we've got here. Also, in terms of the actual room design layouts, I'll definitely take some feedback and input. But room creation's not easy. And those of you that have watched my series or played Modded Gungeon probably are getting the vibe that it's not that easy, because some rooms are terrible. No offense to the people that made them, but it's very, very easy to like overlook how a room could be bad in certain scenarios if you have certain weaponry, or if you're playing a certain alternate game mode. There's various different issues with rooms, so you got to make sure that they're fairly spacious and stuff. Also as well, I will be making varieties of the same room. So for example, we might come here, we'll select the line tool. In fact, let's select the square tool. We can create like a square room just like this. It's a regular room. Let's create a little outcrop on it as well. Let's do a little bit of an outcrop here. We can get rid of that. So this will be our room, and then we can fill in the floor there. And then let's place some doors on this room as well. So we want the entrance. We want one entrance here, one entrance here, one entrance here, and we'll have an exit entrance up here as well. So basically with this, we primarily want people to be entering in this corner, but there is also a chance that you can enter from this way as well. Essentially, the more entrances and exits you give a room, the higher, like, the better it is at actually showing up. The next thing we need to do is come to edit here and trim our canvas. This is basically just going to remove all that blank space. We don't want any blank space. We want to make sure that the room is exactly the right size we want it to be. And then the next thing you want to do is probably place a teleporter, because teleporters you want in as many rooms as possible. Only if they fit. You don't have to have a teleporter, but that's a decent place for one. Or we could like do it more centralized and do it like right in the center here. You want to make sure you have something like that there. Yeah, exactly. A room can look cool, but someone can get bombarded. Exactly. Yeah. You can think of something really interesting and cool, but in practice it might not work the way that it feels like it will. So now we can start placing enemies, but first of all, what I tend to like to do is on rooms like this, obviously we don't have much going on, so I'll either place some tables around, and because we're doing a hollow, we'll be using the coffin tables, so this area here is kind of bare and got a lot, like, not a lot of cover and stuff, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place 2 tables, one here and one there, and I'm also going to go back to the environment, and I'm going to place Just a little bit of a wall there. Just so it means that when you enter the room, you're not immediately getting shat on. There's not going to be an enemy just up here that immediately shoots you. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to introduce some pits. So I'm going to do some pits around the teleporter here. So let's do double click on that and we can fill that in. So let's do a pit like here. And we got that 2 squares away, 1 square up. So we'll do that here. We've got 2 pits there, either side. And then let's think. Let's create a little bit more of an outcrop on the wall here. Just so we've got kind of places to spawn the enemies. And because this area is slightly uncovered as well, we're gonna place some tables there too. So let's go over to placeables again, and we'll just place 2 tables here. Again, just to give you a little bit more cover as you enter the room, I'm gonna place us a little bit further out, to be honest. I don't want you to feel like you're getting shit on straight away. And now we're on to the actual enemies, the fun part. So we have a base room here. We could probably do a little bit more up here. In fact, something interesting we could do is if we go to placeables, we can create low walls, which are walls that enemies can shoot over but not walk past. So we could create a low wall corner right here. Oopsie, my bad. Low wall corner right here. And we could have, like, for example, we could go over to enemies and let's find the sniper. Where's the sniper at? It's going to be hard to find enemies sometimes. I've lost him. Where's the sniper at? There he is. And let's put a professional in here. So, obviously, if we didn't have this wall here, this professional would be kind of difficult for here. But now, this sniper can snipe basically the entire room and can be shot at, but he cannot walk beyond the bounds of this area, which will keep him in position without having him on a... Well, we could also line this with pits and keep him there, but I like having the low wall sometimes as well. I think they're kind of fun. So that's going to be our first enemy that we place here. With a cracked ETG, or getting the anti-piracy prank. That's kind of funny. He might try Gungeon modding, but his idea would be to just create a separate secret area, like the rat hallway. Just parkour trap rooms. That's kind of an interesting idea, to be honest. 10,000 saws, yeah. And 4 enemy waves every room. Wow, Bunny really knows his stuff. Okay, so one thing we got to remember here is we are on the hollow, which means that we want to be using enemies that only appear on the hollow. We don't want to be using enemies outside of that. So, for example, these guys are okay. We could place one of these, like, right dead center of the room, and I actually think that I might do that. I think that's not a bad idea. We've got a professional, one of those guys, and then we'll do a few sort of fodder enemies, a few guys that are a bit more basic and easy to deal with. So we'll come up here, and let's go, like, let's put 2 of these down here, shall we? And then now we can click plus here, and that will create another wave. So as you can see, you can set basically how this works. So wave 1, or enemy wave 0, should I say, should pretty much always be on enter with enemies. There's a few other things you can do, but on enter with enemies is good. And then when you create a new wave, it'll be on enemy cleared. And that means when every other enemy dies, the next wave starts. There's a few other things you can do. You don't have to have it like that. Add a spider. So you're slower for this. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go to enemies, and let's actually change this guy around. Let's go back to wave 1, and we'll erase this guy, and we're going to put a spider there instead, because that's a good idea. So let's find the spider. So there's the spiders right here, so we'll put him in the middle, and then on wave 2, we'll do what we were doing for our original idea. So let's go back and grab this guy, and in this corner here this time around, we can put a slightly more challenging enemy. Or we could do more of the same enemy, like multiple of them. So this time around, let's go with one of these guys. Put one of them in there. And then again, we'll do some sort of smaller fodder enemies. So I'm going to do one of these guys. And at this point, the player should have cleared out of this area. So I'm going to place one of these dudes down here as well. Now, one of the only downsides with Gungeon modding, or at least room creation, is rooms are not very easy to test. So I'll walk you through how to test them, but it's currently a little bit cumbersome. So what we'll do is we'll save this room as, we'll just call it room 2. I've got a specific way of naming the rooms so I know they are. So we've saved that room. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to come back to the rooms and go over to Hollow. And these are the 2 rooms that I've made. This one was just a test one beforehand. This is the one we've just made, room 2. Then we've got to go into our profile for Thunderstore, into our current mod which we're using, which is once more Enter the Breach, and to the custom room data folder, and add the rooms that we just made to this folder. So we'll grab these 2 and we'll throw them in there. We'll minimize both of those. Now we've actually got to open the game. I am running this, by the way, with only the necessary mods and nothing else. I'm not running it with any other mods. That is basically to significantly reduce the load time, because otherwise it would take quite a while to load the game. As any of you that have tried modding Enter the Gungeon with my mod pack will know, the load times, especially on a slower PC, can be like 5 minutes or longer, whereas with only these 6 mods, it should be maybe about 30 seconds, if not less sometimes. So that's going to be how we do that. As you can see, we're in now. So we'll jump in, play. We'll select a character, let's select Marine, and the first thing we've got to do is come to the console and type in Alexandria, which is basically the mod that loads a lot of different things, and do debug flow. Debug flow is essentially the world generation, or the Gungeon generation of maps, dungeon generation, with only the maps that are added by once more Into the Breach. Then we're going to jump in, and then we'll be able to see there's a bunch more rooms other than the ones we created, because once more Into the Breach actually adds a ton of shrine rooms and things like that. So then we've got to go visit all rooms. So that means that we can see all the rooms on the map. So you'll see there's a bunch of additional rooms here with all the different NPCs added from Nevernamed's mod. And then we can also go and do add teleporters, and adds a teleporter to every single room so that we can go to wherever we want. And these 2 rooms here are the ones we just created. So we can teleport to this one. This is the one that I created just before. Oh, dude, I've got turbo mode still turned on. My bad. But this is the room we just created. So we've got two of these here to sort of keep us safe. And then I've got one of these guys behind one of these false wall things here in his little prison. I thought it'd be kind of fun to have him behind there. And then we'll get a first glimpse at a modded enemy from Nevernamed's pack. So we got one of the enemies here. These guys chase you around. He died very quick. And then we've also got these guys that reuse attacks from the Amoconda. They're really cool looking. They have some very, very sleek animations. And you'll see as well that when they fire, if they fire again, their shots turn exactly where we are. So they'll specifically turn to attack us. So you've got to be kind of careful. They're pretty tricky enemies, which is why they're appearing on the Hollow. Obviously, you'll notice that we're not actually on the Hollow here when we're trying the room. That is a little bit of a downside, because it does mean the health scaling isn't the same as it should be, but for the most part, it's fine. Now we're into this room. We actually entered through the top, which is the slightly harder way to enter this room, as you can clearly see. Entering through this side, there's a little bit more going on, but it's not that bad. We've got the sniper doing his thing here. We'll try and take him out, and then we'll take out this guy as well. Good, we got him. And then we're going to get this big guy in the middle as well as this dude rolling around. So I think I'm going to take out this guy first. And I'm going to use this little curve that I made here to kill this guy. And we've also got one mage just to the right here. Now remember, this is a hollow room, so it's meant to be a difficult room. But this guy is locked in up there behind his little false walls. And there you go, that is our room tested. I'm reasonably happy with that room. I think that room is pretty decent. I think it plays well, it's got enough space, it's got enough cover. I think it's got everything it needs to be a decent room. And now that I feel that I'm happy with that room, what we can then do is come over here. We can delete them out of that folder because we don't need to test them again. I just clicked on Copilot by accident. And then I can go and... Oh, dude, I just deleted them permanently. My bad. Go away, Copilot. I can come and move these 2 rooms back and move them into tested so that I just know that they've been tested. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let me just go through your guys' comments. I've not been reading them for the past couple of minutes. I apologize. First time seeing ETG modded OS done. This looks really good. Thank you. It's incredible how little has changed since Nevernamed video 5 years ago. Yeah, it's very easy to use, but it's got a lot more going on with it now. Can we get a turtle shaped room for the Gungeon? For the jungle, sorry, that could be kind of good. When are they going to update the wiki? If you're not using wiki.gg and you're using the fandom wiki instead, then you're you're severely hampering yourself. Nevernamed has actually put in a significant amount of work to update the wiki.gg for Enter the Gungeon. The fandom wiki is completely abandoned now. So, in terms of modded wikis, it depends. It's a lot of work to do that. Can't the pit clips into the wall. Yeah, there is a few issues with that. So now that I'm pretty happy with this room layout, I'm actually going to keep this layout, and we're going to remove both of the first waves, and we're going to change this to on enter with enemies. We're going to use the exact same layout to make a new room with some different enemies. Oh wait, 1 minute. I just need to try something real quick. If I go back to open, did I actually add any of Nevernamed's enemies to this room? I don't think I did. My bad. Okay, let me the whole point is adding Nevernamed's enemies to this, so my bad. Let me go over to enemies. I'm going to replace this guy with 2 of the other enemies. Let's go over here and let's replace it with 2 of these guys instead. Because that's kind of silly to to make a room for Nevername's mod that have none of his enemies in it. That'd be kind of silly. Yeah, the wiki takes a hell of a lot of effort to keep up. Basically, from what I understand from the modders that do update their wikis, it's kind of like you hide it away in a corner. You don't touch the wiki for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and you suddenly get like a weekend of inspiration and do fucking loads in one go, and then you don't touch it again for months and months and months and months and months. May have said the gun nut, the snake shot guy would be good. See, yeah, I kind of agree with you there, but I think I need a healthier enemy. But as I said before, we can do that differently. You did say that this was clipping, right? This wall was clipping a little bit with the pit. So I think in that case, what we'll do is we'll just go over to environment and we'll just do that. There you go. Then it's gonna be a bit better. So now, because you've mentioned that, we can do that as the next idea. I realized that obviously seeing the same room again, as in like the exact same layout, isn't exactly the most fun in Gungeon. They're meant to all be different. When you're creating modded rooms, it takes a very long time if you're going to make every single room exactly like unique. So instead, this time we'll use the same layout, but we'll change the enemies that we're approaching. So as you said here, we'll go with 2 of these guys in here this time. And we'll scatter some of these bullet guys here. These guys are gnarly. They're bullets that chase you down. They're kind of new. And then we will go with 1 larger enemy alongside this. So let's have a little look, see what we might want to go for here. Let's go one of these guys, shall we? And then for the next wave, I think I'm going to do a smattering of smaller enemies. So let's go with a few of the musket balls. These guys can show up on any floor. So we'll do like 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. And then we'll go with a few smaller enemies that are from the hollow to like round this out. Let's go over here and we'll do one of these guys here and one of these guys here. And I think I'm actually going to add a few bits of extra cover here. I feel like the cover is slightly lacking in some areas. So I'm going to put a table there and a table here. Just to give you a few... Actually, to be fair, that table looks awful. I'm going to put it here instead. Just to give you a few more options. And I might even, to be fair, I might even place some walls somewhere. I don't know. Maybe this is fine. I think that might be fine. Will the stream be a video too? Yeah, so basically this stream, for anyone that's watching live or anyone that's watching after, will immediately become a video straight after the stream is finished and just be viewable on the channel. I'll leave it up for everyone to watch. Yeah, it'll be ready to go. Also, as well, once we get to like 6 o'clock, it's currently 5 o'clock at the minute, I'll upload my new episode, and I'll probably end the stream when we upload that new episode or around then. I normally upload around 6:30, so basically you guys can watch me upload it and like see the thumbnail early and all that crap, and then I'll end the stream and you guys can go and watch it. The skull bullet shooting triple shot, yeah. So this guy here is the triple shot dude, yeah. These guys fire fire pretty slowly and move pretty slowly, but they fire bouncy bullets. So that's another one that I'm pretty happy with. Let's save this as a new room. Right. And then we're going to create one more using this layout, and then we'll make another layout. So for our next one, let's go back to enemies, and I'm going to go with... This one's going to be kind of like a bunch of big enemies. So I'm going to place... Let's have a little look-see. Let's have a think. I'm not entirely sure what to do with this one, actually. I'm going to place one of these guys here. And then... Let's go with one of those in the center. Actually, no, let's put one of these up here. And then we'll do, like, 2 cubes. So we'll do a cube there and a cube there. And for the next wave... Let's go with some of these icy blobs. Again, same positions, I think. And then we'll fill the rest with some custom enemies. Yeah, let's go with some of these guys. Let's do, like, quite a few of these guys, shall we? We'll do, like, one here, and then 2 down here. Cool. Well, that sounds good to me. We'll save that as room 4. Oh, wait, I'm putting these in the tested folder. My bad, my bad. I want these 2 to be in hollow rather than tested, and then when I do save as, go to hollow. There you go. Cool. Okay, so now we've done that as a room. Let's start up a new layout, shall we? So we'll go back over here. We'll go to the box tool again. Typically, you want to make rooms that are like square rectangle because that's kind of what fits Gungeon's vibe. Obviously, there's no like hard rules about doing that, but typically, if you want to make rooms that are like slightly more like balanced to what you typically see in Gungeon, that's kind of where you want to be doing it. So we're going to create a fairly long room here, but one that's a little thinner. So we'll go with that. And then I'm going to create like a little outcrop here. We'll just erase that, and we'll fill there. Right, let's put some doors on. And then actually, to be fair, let's do... Oh, that is not what I meant to do at all. My bad. I wasn't meant to do this here. Cool, let's do a pit there, and we're going to have the player enter through here. And... Nah, to be fair, I don't like that. I'm not going to have them enter through there. I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm going to have the enemies there. So I'm going to have entrances up here. And here. And then I'm going to have some here and here. Just for the options. And then let's place a few more bits of wall, I think, here. Let's go with like that there. By the way, some of these rooms are not going to be even. Forgive me. I try to make them even where I can, but not always. That's even-ish, isn't it? Yeah. It's not meant to look like a face. It just ended up looking like a face. Okay. And then we're going to go and place a few tables, I think. Let's go with some tables. So we'll do there and there. Just to give a little bit more cover there. And then let's have a look at some enemies, shall we? Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a common thing for Gungeon, isn't it? How many people do we have in this stream? I've not actually checked what our viewership is looking like. We've got 13 people. It's not too bad for a pretty new stream. First time doing it in a while. Nice to have you all. Cool. Okay, so first wave, I think we want to go with some more basic enemies. So let's go with some hollow points. We'll do 2 hollow points here, and we'll grab one of these guys down here, and let's go with a mage in the middle. So wave 1's pretty easy. But then wave 2 will make significantly harder. So wave 2, we're going to go with... Let's have a little look-see. What would work here? We're going to want some big boys. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do boom, boom, and... Where is he? There you are. There you go. Got those guys up there. And then we'll do a smattering of smaller enemies around the edge. So we're going to do one of these guys here and here. And one of these cubes in the middle. So you've got to be a little careful because this seems quite overwhelming. But again, we're just creating them right now. We can tweak them. So this might end up being too much. But we can... oh, dude, my bad. Let me just go... Let me just go back and... I forgot to set the properties on this room. My bad. And then, yeah, trim. And then save again. Cool. There you go. Yeah, you got to remember to set the properties, otherwise I'm not going to show up on the right floor. And again, we're going to do the same as before. I'm going to create some, like, other waves with this. So this time around, I'm going to do a few of these guys. I'm going to go, like... boom, boom, and I'm going to place one of these guys in here as well. And then... let's put these guys over here this time. And then on the next wave, we're going to go with a Jamamanga over here instead. Followed by a sniper with him as well. And then let's go and grab big boy number 1 in here. And then we got enough space for like 2 small-ish enemies. I gotta remember to use Nevernamed enemies. I keep forgetting that's like kind of the point of this. So let's do 2 of these guys. Well, there it is. Let me reopen 5, because I don't think I placed any Nevernamed enemies in 5. My bad. Yeah, so we didn't. So instead, I'm gonna... oh, I just deleted the wave by accident. I'm stupid. Right, let me open that again. Let me erase... I'll keep erasing the floor by accident. My bad. Gotta select enemies first. There you go. Erase that guy. And let's go with one of these dudes instead then. Cool. Right, so now we're going to do 2 of these guys here. Oh, dude, there's a hole in the floor. Fuck. Open 5. There's a goddamn hole in the floor. There you go. Save. Oopsie. Didn't mean to do that. So let's place 2 of these guys over here this time around. And then let's follow that with... few of these dudes. Do these dudes show up on this floor? They do, don't they? I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, it's an icy floor, so maybe not, but... cool. We're giving the player a lot of space here to avoid these enemies, so we kind of need to make that area more threatening with some basic enemies. Let's do 2 of these guys, so it's a little bit harder to you know what? Let's place both of them one away. It's a little bit harder to get to these dudes, and then we're gonna do one of these dudes in the middle, followed by a few basic enemies. So let's go 2 of these dudes here. Cool. And then the next wave. Nah, that enemy doesn't really fit. Let maidens show up on this floor still? I think they do. Go with one of them. And we'll follow it up with some spent. Do some spent. We got spent this side, spent this side. Cool. And we'll do one more using this layout. I think I'm going to do 2 of these guys. I'm going to do a shotgun-based room. And we'll do And then I'm going to do a bunch of these. You don't want to place enemies too close to walls, because sometimes they can get stuck inside the walls. It's a bit annoying. And let's slap him in the middle. And then where's our little skull guys? There they are. Do these dudes over here. Cool, I'm pretty happy with that. And then let's make a new room layout, shall we? Remember, as I said before, come into properties straight away and set your room properties. Okay, now let's go with a slightly different room. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. When you place one spent, does that... Yeah, so one spent equals 3 waves of spent. Like, when you place one, it's going to spawn 3 waves like it would in a regular room. So I placed 2 in that room, which means we've got a lot of them in there. Make some grenade, buckshot, and ghosts might be good. Could be interesting, yeah. Go with something explosive. Should probably make some rooms with only 1 wave. I also didn't place teleporters in any of those rooms, did I? Let me just go and open and check that. I don't think I did. I didn't. I should really go back and put teleporters in them all. Because I really, really hate rooms not having teleporters. It pisses me off so much. Okay, there you go. Yeah, rooms not having teleporters is very annoying. Okay, good. What's that, sorry? Not squarey. Round those walls, you know it would look good. So you can make circles if you'd like. If I wanted to do like a bit of an oblong room. Personally, I just think square rooms fit the theme of the game better. I really like to have rooms that sort of feel like they should be in the game. So I think this time we're going to go with like a regular old square room like this. We'll fill it in. And then we're going to do some other stuff to it once we've got our exits and stuff in place. Let's go. Let's just do like the centered doors, the classic doors. Anything too funky. And then yeah, we'll play around with stuff we want to do in the middle. So let's place some wall bits here. We'll go like here, 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 and a little bit closer here. And then we'll also mix in like a pit or two. Let's place the teleporter first before I forget again. And then we could do some pits. So we could do like some corner pits here. So we could do like a line tool and do like a few pits like that. So there you go. We got some corner pits going on there. Do some stuff with that potentially. Keep some enemies over there. And then we can also do like a bit of sporadic pits as well. So let's go back to this and it's a bit of a weird one, but you kind of sometimes you want to do some weird stuff, some random stuff. One thing I really want this tool to have, and I've mentioned it to Nevernamed, is I want a button to rotate a room. Because making all these variants with different enemy layouts is all well and good, but I'd love it if I could have the exact same room but rotated 90 degrees. Because that would change things up enough. I think that'd be quite fun. Yeah. I mean, Enter the Gungeon 2 is... It's just been met by so much skepticism anyways because of the new art style. Because it's all well and good changing the art style and doing something new. I don't mind it. It's not a bad idea, but you do stifle a lot of what the game already had. It takes away some of the charm, and it also massively hampers the modding scene. Like, it basically means the game is, I wouldn't say it's unmoddable, but it's not going to be even close to what this game has for modding. Like, compared to the first game, it's going to have almost nothing, which is a real shame, because modding in Enter the Gungeon 1 is just so good. Right, so, again, we kind of need some tables here, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit difficult to navigate this room. We'll start off with that. We'll just do, like, one here, and same at the other side. Cool. And then I'm just going to do one at either side for here. Oh, these doors aren't lined up, my bad. Let me just quickly go and fix that. There you go. Excuse me? Why isn't it placing? Oh, it's because I'm on the thingy tool. Eraser tool. There you go. Okay, we've got something good going on there. Right, now let's think about how we actually want our enemies to behave. So I think actually, first of all, I'm going to go with a few of these guys, because these guys are really gnarly in like, a lot of numbers. And then we're going to go with one bigger dude in the middle. So I think I'm going to go with a skeleton in the middle, wherever he is. Cool. And then for the next wave, we'll do two of these guys in the corners here, and one big guy in the middle. Cool. One good room. So this time we're going to make a room with only a single wave. Someone mentioned about doing a few of those. So we're going to make a slightly harder room that only has a single wave. So I think the first thing I want to do for that then is I probably want to get some professionals on the corners where those pits are. So let's find the snipers again. I always bloody lose them. There they are. Let's place one of these guys at either corner. Then let's go to some of the icy enemies wherever they are. The little icy blobs. And we'll place a few of those guys. We'll place like one here, one here. Get two, one of these guys in the middle, and then we'll do a few basic enemies dotted around. Let's do some of these bullet guys. Cool. Then, so we'll make like 2 more variants of this room, and then we'll go and test them out. This one I'm going to do the snake guys on the corners instead, as well as one snake in the middle. And we're going to do a few of these musket balls dotted around. And then the next wave, I think the Molotov guys can show up anywhere, but I'm not going to use them here. Let's go with the candle. The candle's a very weird enemy. So this guy is very new. Basically, you also as well, I forgot. In fact, I'll show this guy off in another room because you do not want to place the candle on top of a teleporter because it leaves the candelabra behind when it dies. So we'll try that in a different room actually. Let's leave that for now. Right, so let's go. I'm going to do one of these guys in the middle, followed by regular snipers either side, and 2 of these dudes hovering about. Let's do one more room with this layout, and then we'll go test. So this time around, I'm going to do something to do with blobs. So I'm going to have these guys that chase you down. Wait, did these ones show up on this floor? Maybe not. Maybe I won't use those guys. Go with a Revenant, and I think these guys can show up anywhere. We'll go with a few of these dudes. And then, what else do we want in here? Go with some of these dudes. How about that? And then, for the last wave, we'll do big bullet shark guy, followed by... Let's think. Would be good to pair with a big bullet dude. Let's maybe do some summoners. So we'll do like summoner here and here. And one of these guys like chilling out. Okay, cool. That's a good smattering of rooms there. Let's go and test these all out. So as I described before, we want to take these rooms here that are untested, copy, paste, and now we'll boot the game. Big boom of fire. What do you mean by that? Have the Molotovkins... Ah, I see, yeah. Have the Molotovkins been given fire resistance? Yes, they have, but they don't have fire immunity. They take less damage from fire, but they can still die to fire. Yeah, big boys for the single waves is fun. Right, okay. We're in. Again, we've got to remember to do the right things here. So we grab this guy, we do Alexandria, debug flow. Wait for the goddamn screen to move. Don't know why it does that sometimes. Tense hairburn mod off this time. Thank you. And head in. Technically, what we could do, by the way, if we'd like to make the floor like correct, is I think we can go and do load underscore level hollow, and I think this will put us on the hollow with the same floor, just so the enemies have the right health scaling. And then we'll do visit all map. Yeah, indeed it does. And then we'll do add teleporters. So we come over to, I think it's, yeah, here. And then all of the rooms from here on out will be my rooms. So let's try these out. So these are going to be fairly hard because we are only using a pistol, remember? But basically, I like to test them with only a pistol. Yeah, this one's quite a lot. I like to test them with only a pistol because that's basically the weakest that you're going to be entering this room. If you can beat it with your weakest setup, then it's okay for any other run. So I always like to try and beat them with just the pistol. So pretty hard room there. I'm dying to that guy quite a lot. But that's the single wave one though. We can also just give heart 2 just to make sure we're at full health. I think there is a debug code to make ourselves invincible. We could also use that too. We've got some of these snake boys in the corner here. A bunch of the musket balls as well. Yeah, as you can clearly tell, having a bunch of these snake guys around is pretty gnarly. They have a lot of health for taking them out with this pistol. But you can see that all the decor and stuff got automatically placed. I didn't have to worry about that. Got him, and then wave 2. Got these regular snipers here. I think we placed a good amount of cover though here. And I feel this feels adequately difficult as well. Yeah, there's more than enough cover for this guy here. It doesn't feel super overwhelming, but it doesn't feel easy. Nice. Okay, got one more of these rooms. This one's a little tough because when you enter, you've got to get to a wall pretty quickly. Yeah, this one is not easy at all, in fact. But as long as I can get through it without feeling like I'm completely overwhelmed, I think it's fine. I think that entrance to the room there was pretty brutal. The fact that we immediately had those bouncy bullets coming at us, that's pretty savage. But ideally with a regular run, you should have enough damage to be able to kill one of those guys before they start shooting. Then we got this going on. So this room is quite tough. You want to be killing this guy pretty much straight away. We got one skeleton here. I think we got him. The other one's not really doing much, luckily. If he was, that'd be scary. Hey, how dare you? I didn't say you could get back up. Sit down, monsieur, sit down. Oh my god, this pistol does not do a lot of damage to him, does it? Can I actually kill him before he gets back up with his pistol? I can, good. Holy shit, the bullets, I know. I know. Yeah, you're probably right about that. They probably should be a little further from the entrance. Look at these little bullet guys. They're so cool. Like, they're not very threatening, but when there's, like, large numbers of them, they get to be quite threatening. I'm gonna have to heal after this. Oh, dude. Yeah, like, I'm struggling in these rooms quite a bit because of my low damage. But this is why you've got to test them on the right floor, because the difficulty of them does change based on the health scaling of the enemies. Having these guys trapped behind that's kind of cool. I like that idea. I can't remember who asked me to do that, but I like that a lot. Then we got the musket ball guys. These musket ball guys are fine to like place in large numbers, because even though their bullets are bouncy, they don't fire very often. Nice. We got through that pretty much just fine. Good. Got a D20 there. We got the block here as well, which is slightly scary. But this is why we've got these here for the spider. So we've got a little bit of cover. Really? A D20 on me? How dare you? How dare you D20 on me? That is so rude. So, I'm going to try and kill these dudes just so you guys can see exactly how these skulls that chase you work. So, as you can see, these two are frozen. As you can see, they chase you and leave trails of bullets around, which on their own isn't very threatening, but when there's multiple of them and there's other enemies in the room, it gets to be very, very overwhelming because the bullets stick around for a while. So, they've got very low health, but they can really screw you over if you leave them alive for too long. So, they're kind of like high priority targets kind of thing. We got that one guy down there. He's not too bad. I kind of like having this guy down here because he can like curve bullets around corners. Okay, so this room gets pretty hard now. Use the cover to our advantage here. Unfortunately, these little snake dudes have so much HP, so we're gonna have to be careful with them. Let me just quickly heal up so I don't die. As you can see, though, this room is it's pretty rough. But I don't think it's bullshit. There is plenty of room to hide and maneuver. And remember, this is the weakest that you'd ever be fighting this room, and I'm still able to do it without dying. I think that's like makes it fine. Because if you're coming in here with stronger guns, killing these enemies even faster, it's not going to be that big of an issue. What do you mean by rounded? You can't really round corners in Gungeon properly. It doesn't really work. Okay, why is there two of these? Okay, I know why there's two of them. Okay, this room is fucked. So there is a very small chance in Gungeon that enemies can be replaced by other enemies. What you're seeing here is one of those cubulons got randomly replaced by a chancebulon. So this room is kind of fucked because of that. So it's very hard to accurately test this, because this isn't meant to be what the room looks like. It's very annoying, it's not something you can turn off. I think I'm going to have to tweak this room a little bit. This room seems a bit too hard. Yeah, this room's definitely too hard. Can you stand the fuck still? Thank you. Oopsie. Yeah, that room I'm going to have to remove the Chanspulon, I think. I think the Chanspulon makes that way too difficult. I don't know how this guy got stuck on that table. Okay. Yeah, considering that's only wave 1 as well. Kind of a brutal wave. Oh, yeah, this room is fucked, man. This room's savage. This room is so difficult. What the fuck was I thinking? Okay. I honestly think I can get rid of this guy. I don't think this guy even needs to be in the room. I think the rest of it's fine. This guy is too much, though. But that room is way too hard. So I actually kind of placed those cube blocks there for that exact reason, that you can use them to freeze the other enemies and give yourself some breathing room. I like these guys as well because they can shoot around corners too. Too bad. Now we got this guy as well as some spent. And that kind of worked exactly how I was hoping it would as well. Ah, damn. Some of the spent spawned on the platform. I was kind of hoping that wouldn't happen. That isn't really my intention for this room. That wasn't too bad, though. That room was fine. That room kind of worked the way I wanted it to. This is the shotgunny one, isn't it? So I think what I need to do with this room is add a little bit more cover. So I think I know what I'm going to do for that. So this layout in general, I'm going to tweak all of these, I think. Okay, second wave, how are we feeling about this? I thought I killed you, my bad. These little bullet guys are pretty tricky, but not too bad. Just remember, I am playing this room at the hardest it could possibly be because I'm only using the base pistol. That one wasn't too bad. That one wasn't too bad. So one of those enemies got replaced by a Nitro there. That was not me that placed the Nitro in the room. That was a random enemy replacement. Slightly annoying when it happens. Okay, so this guy, we'll get him to do that. And then we're going to try our best to stop the summonings. Then we'll do that for you as well. Yeah, I like this room. This room works well. This is why you got to experiment, because things on paper, the rooms can look absolutely fine, but once you get into it, some of them can be way, way harder than you envisioned. So we've clearly got some that are an issue. So let's go back through and take a look at some of those. So I think this one was fine, but I think realistically I should remove these dudes and add. I think what I should do is I should go into here, remove that, remove that, remove that, remove that. Go back down and put the bouncers in the corners and leave them there. I think having the extra bit didn't really make much sense. And for wave 2, I think I'm going to remove one of these dudes. just to make it a little less... I think I'm going to do that for all of them, so let's save that. Right, let's go back and open through these rooms, shall we? So we got room 3. Okay, these are the ones we first did. Wait, what? Open... Was it 4 that it started at? No. 5. Okay. Okay, let's take a little look-see here. So, in these rooms here, I think I'm going to add a little bit of cover to the middle here. I think that just adding this will help out a lot. Just adding a... let's move it down 1, though. Let's move it down 1. I think just adding this will help this room out so much. So on first wave was fine on that one. Second wave was a little overwhelming. So I think in that case, we're going to remove one of the... we're going to remove one of these guys. And just have it be the 2 of them. So let's move the placement of those guys. We'll do 1 here and... him there. Cool. I think that's better. And then, yeah, in this one we said we were just going to outright remove this guy, didn't we? I think... Oh, I keep doing that. Keep trying to erase and I accidentally erase the floor, right. I think I'm just going to straight up get rid of him. I think this room didn't need him. And then again, we're going to go and just add that there. Go over to room 7. And I'm just going to quickly erase that guy. Dude, stop erasing the goddamn floor. Erase that guy. I'm going to put him back in, just not where he was. And then... I think I'm going to erase one of these dudes. I don't think I need... In fact, to be fair, I might just erase the fireball dude. I don't think I need him. Let's get rid of him. 7, 8... Again, we will erase this big guy. And we'll move him down a little bit. And we will place this here like this. Oopsie, my bad. Cool. Okay, I think that's feeling better, right? Does modded Enter the Gungeon run on Mac? I don't believe so, but someone can correct you. You should set up the ice barrels to help with the harder enemies. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, I could, if I go into placeables, I can set up these ice bombs. Not a bad idea, actually. Okay, so let's take a little look-see at this. Did we take issue with this one at all? This one was mostly fine, right? I think again though I'm gonna just remove one of the summoner dudes. I think having 2 of them is a little bit overkill, so just remove one of them randomly. This was the big boy wave. That's only a 1 wave for him. I'm pretty much fine with that one. Same with that one, to be honest, as well. Cool, okay, I'm pretty happy with all of those. Some significant changes there, but I think that's absolutely fine. So now let's mix it with some more. So let's quickly go and take a look. How many rooms do we have in total? So we can delete these from here now, so we don't test them again. We can move these rooms to tested. And we have 12 rooms made already. It's not an awful lot, but not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so let's go and make some new rooms. We go 25, no, sorry, 50, sorry, not 25. 50 and 50. Create, properties, hollow, apply. Right, give me some suggestions. What do you guys want to see? What sort of shapes do you want to see? Stuff like that. Dallin. Dallin's here. Hell yes. Also, please do some rooms, Dallin. That'd be awesome. That would be very, very cool. I'd like to see it. Ice skating rink. Oh god. Why you gotta be gross? Okay, let's do that then. Let's do big circular room. Like that. Fill it in with this. And then create some entrance platforms. As well as a safety area in the middle. With a teleporter there as well. I hate that I can't center this. Ugh. Why you gotta do this to me? I'm gonna have to place it off center and I hate that. Okay. Same with the doors. They're off center, but whatever. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. That's not a bad idea at all. Okay, so when we enter this room, we do... Wait a minute. Let's do 2 at each bit. And then do another wave of these guys. And then do a final wave where it's a bit of both. There you go. The ice skating rink is complete. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful room. Those enemies are gross for this. We'll do one more with just a bunch of different bullets. Cool. That's a horrible room. It should be fun though. Should we create a few more circular rooms? We'll do a few more of these, because it's kind of fun, actually. A circular trap room. To be fair, I don't really make many trap rooms, because I'm not evil. I don't make a lot of trap rooms, personally. I can do the line tool here, actually, to... create a few walls like that. Nah, don't like that. Let's do some walls in the middle instead. Placeables. Teleporter. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you go. Looks like a bubble. It does kind of look like a bubble. See, Sheraton, one thing you've got to be careful of is a trope that I got myself into, and a lot of other room creators have as well, is making pixel art with rooms. Like, ooh, it could look like a crosshair. It could look like an emoji. It could look like a what they called what the fuck is that game called? It could look like an Among Us character. It could look like this. Those rooms are always shit. Always shit. Like, every single time, those rooms are usually like either not fun at all or not great. I've gone down that road in the past. I've done it before. Just don't bother. They never turn out good. It's a bad idea. I have very much made those mistakes before. Okay. I don't know, Dallin, if you remember. Do you remember my pixel art rooms when I very first started making rooms? Do you remember those? Man, I traumatized people. They were just awful. I was brain dead. I don't know what I was thinking. They were genuinely so terrible. Genuinely just the worst. Right. So, because we've got these little ice barrels, we're going to place some bigger enemies near them. The power block room was good. Yeah, there was a few of them that were fine, but they were mostly terrible. Like, I'm not going to skate around it. Like, one thing I feel like a lot of people do, whether it's modding or literally anything else, is you take pride in something you've made, and therefore... you take pride in something that you've made, and therefore you're unwilling to change it or remove it. So for the longest time, people were like, these rooms are fucking terrible. And I was like, yeah, but I like them. I made them, so I'm going to keep them. And I just didn't remove them. And it was a bad idea. I should have removed them a long time ago. I kept them around for way longer than they should have been around. Yeah. Decent room there. Decent room there. I do want to throw in some slightly easier rooms as well, because I feel like I'm making fairly hard rooms at the minute. I don't want to make only really hard rooms. Have a think here. You go, I'm pretty happy with that. And then let's do a new layout, shall we? Actually, to be fair, what we could do with this room is we could keep the room actual shape, but then remove everything else. So we can go over to environment and then just and then placeables. Yeah, then we still got the same room layout, but we can do some different stuff with it. So I think for this one, we could do some pits, maybe? We do like a thing of pits around this. Nah, too much. Yeah, do like pits around this. Then I could do like some sporadic little bits of wall. Just for like tiny smidgens of cover. Let's see what you guys are saying. This Pikmin scared me. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, you kind of want the harder rooms, especially. I feel like Hollow is the point where you are perfectly fine with the rooms being quite hard. Before that, when a hard room shows up, there's a chance that you don't have enough stuff to really get through it, and it's kind of too much. But once you get to the Hollow, there's a very good chance that you're able to stand up against some harder rooms. So I think at that point, it's basically fine. So enemy-wise, let's go with... I think I'm going to start off with one of these guys in the center and a few of these dudes dotted around. And the next wave, we'll go with one of these dudes in the center. And we'll go with a few of the musket balls dotted around. And this one we'll go with... I'm going to do a few... I still don't really know if the Molotov guys belong on this floor. And I don't think Nevernamed is up at the minute. No, he's not. He's not awake at the moment, so I can't ask him. Killithid in the middle? Actually, no, to be fair. Yeah, Killithid in the middle. No, I'm going to do this dude in the middle and then do the Killithid as the second wave. And we'll go with a spider. I know that obviously putting the spider in the middle doesn't mean anything because it can just teleport away, but hey ho. Right, let's do something new now. So, I think this time we're going to make some candelabra rooms because they're kind of interesting. So, maybe I do circular again. Circular could be kind of fun with the candelabras. Do that. I realize I could have just kept the room layout, but oh well. Cool. Okay, so we can't put a teleporter in this room because it'll ruin the candelabra. We'll put him in the middle. Or as in the middle as we can get him. The candelabras are really cool. First of all, let's just add some random bits of cover here, shall we? Again, I'm going to go with this, actually. Oh, wait, I can change my brush size. I keep forgetting that. Let's do 2 for now. Not quite working how I wanted it to, but nah, this isn't really what I wanted. I don't want to do the brush size. It's not really turning out the way I wanted. I'm just gonna do some more sporadic squares again. I think that worked out better. I could do circles actually. I don't want to do a filled-in circle. A bit big though, that isn't it? It's a bit big. Okay, we've got some random bits and bobs there. A few bits of cover here and there. I'm not very happy with that. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm not very happy with that at all, though. That's... it's a bit better, but I feel like this door here is, like, not got much cover. That's a bit better. Let's go with that. Okay, so the candelabra, now we've got to go over to placeables, I think it is. Is it placeables? Yes, it is. Okay, and we go over to these things here. And basically we can choose like layouts for bullets to sort of go from one location and suck towards this guy. So we can essentially go like line tool here. And we can have all of this all the way around. Be a bit tedious, but all the way around. And then basically when this thing fires, when it shoots, all of these bullets will spawn slowly around the edge of the arena and zoom into the center. Cool. It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, they're bullet vacuums. See you later, Shelton. Thanks for joining. No, dude, the bullets on the doors are fine. It doesn't spawn them straight away. You can enter the room just fine. You killed the Lich in challenge mode with the glass cannon and cog of battle. Let's go! Very nice. Very, very nice. We'll do a few smaller enemies as well. Let's place a few of those little bats, shall we? And yeah, so this will just be like a bullet vacuum, and as you can see, if we go to placeables, you can place like up to 5 different waves that it randomly selects from. The only issue is you can't place 2 of these on the same tile, so you can't place number 1 and number 2 on the same tile. It's a little bit annoying that way. Yeah, that's a pretty basic room, but we'll go with that. Save. I was saying I wanted to try and get the forge done as well, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna have time to do the forge as well today. We'll get the hollow done at least. But then, if you guys want to see more of this, if you want to see like more dreams like this, then I'd definitely be down to do them. People are into it. Okay, so now we'll do a completely new room type. We'll take away the circular idea for now. We're doing a lot of circles. Let's do a, like, square, square, square. Oh wait, wrong one. Wait. Oh no. I'm stupid. I need to delete both of these walls. My bad. And we'll fill that in. Place some doors. Cool. There's quite a lot we can do with this sort of layout. I could watch this daily. Thank you. I'm glad it's entertaining. I quite enjoy it as well. So I actually haven't done this in a very long time, like room creation, because I made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rooms for Enter the Gungeon, as well as a few other mods, and I got so insanely burnt out on it that I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't face it. But the tool has been updated, and it's been like, what, like 4, maybe 5 years since I did that now. So I've been reinvigorated. Also, as well, Nevernamed is a very good friend and helps me with a ton of stuff. I mean, all of the thumbnail stuff that you've seen him do for my videos. Yeah, all of the thumbnail stuff, like the character art that I've got, Nevernamed did just because he wanted to, as a kind act. It was very nice of him. And so I am very, very happy to help him with his mod as part of me repaying the favor. Like, I don't feel like he feels I have to repay him, but I'd like to, and he enjoys me making these rooms for him too, because he's admittedly from himself not always the best at it, slash not always got the time for it. He'd rather work on other things. Yeah, I'm really, Dallin, I'm really happy with how my thumbnails look. I think they are so much better. My new thumbnails, I absolutely am in love with them. I think they look so good. Obviously, those of you that have been around at my channel for a while, some of you might not have been, but I was doing, like, Binding of Isaac and a few other games before this, and I was really algorithm chasing, because that's what YouTube wants you to do, and I was doing really generic, like, clickbaity thumbnails, because that's what got views, and it did work, it did get me more views, but I hated them. I thought they were terrible thumbnails. I really didn't like them at all. So I'm really glad that I went back to ones with more personality, and these ones just, I don't know, they feel way better. Way better. I'm just a lot more proud to call them my own. I hate, like, making a video or a thumbnail or something that I don't feel proud of. It's gross. It happens, but yeah, I really don't like it when that happens. I'm not really happy with that. Let's do this instead, like a thinner line across. Same with here as well, I think. Okay. So you really want to avoid tight corridors like this. This isn't good. We want to move that over a little bit. I think I'm just gonna make it too thin. That's better. Yeah, like having thin corridors. It's one of the worst things in a room that you can make a mistake of. Okay, so in this room, let's go with, obviously, a few Nevernamed enemies to start. I think I'm going to go with a bullet bouncer guy here and here. Honestly, I think I'm going to do a really basic first wave, and then, like, we'll increase the difficulty here. Let's go with one of these guys. Let's do one of these and a bat at each side, and then we'll do a big enemy in the middle. One of these dudes. Actually, I'm gonna do one of them guys and a basic enemy next to him, and then we'll leave it at that. 4 more rooms to make. Well, 3 more now. I keep forgetting to trim the room. My bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I go and open this, I'm pretty sure it does auto trim it. Yeah, it does. Good. Okay. Now we'll do some, like, regular enemies. Let's do some spent in here. We'll do 2 of these guys. Summoner in the middle. And then, like, a musket ball or 2. And then big wave with that. I'm going to do executioner shotgunner. Actually, to be fair, let's do a spider. And what do I want to pair that with? Maybe do some of these. I'm going to do a 3-waver here, I think. Don't do many 3-wave rooms because they drag on a bit too long. They feel a bit tedious to fight, but they're okay every now and again. Do a Jam Mango and a few. Jam Mango and a few of these guys. I think it's kind of a fun setup. Leads to a lot of shenanigans. I'm gonna do 2 here and then 1 up here. And then we'll do a buffer boy. Oh. I'll do a buffer boy. Yeah, a drink. My wife just bought me a drink. Very nice of her. Scared the shit out of me a little bit, but very... Right. Do the buffer boy there. Put him up in that corner, then we'll follow that up with a Skeleton. Nah, we'll go with a Revenant. Revenant's scary in this room because there's very little cover, but I think that's fine. We'll do 1 more on this layout. And this one I'm going to do all modded enemies. So let's start off with a few of these guys. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm not using some of these other enemies, it's because they don't appear on this floor. Bouncer, Bulletkin, down in this corner here. And then like a musket ball or 2 just vibing, just chilling out. And then some of these guys, either corner, followed by a few more musket balls in the middle. Right, cool. I am happy with all of those. Let's go and try those out. And I think that's probably going to be it for the stream, to be honest. I was going to go a little bit longer, but I was expecting it wouldn't take us quite as long to get through this many, what's it called? Rooms. So let's keep that open in case we need to tweak. But we'll go over to here. These are all the ones we haven't tested. We'll grab those, place them in here. But yeah, considering this has gone pretty well, you guys seem to like it, I'll probably do this a bit more often. Need those big red arrows in your thumbnails. Oh, I know, I fucking hated it. I hated it. Yeah, Nevernamed is an insanely talented pixel artist. Like, I've been telling him for a long time now that he needs to try and find a job doing it, like, get paid for it, because he definitely, if he just put out his services on some like indie gaming development channels like Discord and Reddit, things like that, I reckon there'd be a lot of people that would be well down to hire him, even if it's only on contract basis. I think that'd be like really good work for him, and it means he could work from home and stuff as well. I have said to him for a long time now, actually, that if my YouTube ever really takes off, like to the point where I'm earning like so I've not really spoken on my channel before about how much money I make from YouTube. For those of you that don't know, YouTube is not my full-time job. I do have a full-time job alongside my YouTube channel. Some people seem to assume that it is my full-time job. It is not. You cannot make a living on 15k subs. You just can't. Realistically, if you're gonna go full-time on YouTube, you want to have like over 60,000-70,000 subs, if not more, realistically. And I typically get around between £100 and £200 in ad revenue per month, which is, it's a nice bit of pocket change, but realistically it doesn't pay for much. It pays for like 1 bill. But this month that I started this new series has been insane. I like my estimated income was like £800, which is way more than I've ever had. So I was saying to Nevernamed, if I could get to the point where every month I'm getting that level of estimated revenue, if I'm getting around that every month, then I'd actually bring him on, like hire him full time as my like artist and pay him for like work consistently. Because at the minute, we just do each other favors back and forth. We don't really pay each other anything. We just like, yeah, we're just friends helping each other out. But I would like to reimburse him because he just does such good work. And then also it means that I could rely on him in sort of like, I'd know that he's always going to be there to work on things, kind of thing. Because at the minute, the way that we do it is very ad hoc. It's just when he's available and when I need it. But yeah, I'd love to get to the point where I can pay him more regularly for it. How do secret rooms work for custom rooms? Do you pick a random wall? You cannot decide where secret rooms are placed. You can create a secret room and you can decide like that it is a secret room, but it will show up on any floor and it will show up on any wall. You don't get to decide that. Let's go. What are we doing? Load level. Follow. Cool. Visit and add teleporters. Cool. Here we go. Yeah, that is why secret rooms are harder than Isaac, yeah. Okay, so we got the ice skating rink. Oh, one of the enemies got replaced. No, you're not meant to be in here. You're not meant to be in here. Yeah, the enemy replacement system is a really annoying one that kind of would be nice if you could... Oh, this is actually really good. It's hellish, but I like it. You kind of got to use these little safe zones to kill the enemies. This is actually a really well-designed room. This plays really nicely. That room plays surprisingly well. I like that a lot. I don't know if you guys agree, but I think that played really nicely. Then we got a bullet room here. Again, let's just do give heart 5, so we can always heal to full. The ice rink was a good idea. Also, the circular room, actually. Circular rooms feel pretty good. Oh my god, how many circular rooms did we make? Shit. I forgot. Gotcha. See, now this is a hard part of the room here. You really got to make sure that guy doesn't get his fist going. And to be fair, actually, this is kind of funny. If this guy doesn't move, he can't hit you. Because he hits his fist straight into the wall, which I'm actually fine with. That's kind of funny. It's kind of like a jump scare. You're like, oh my god, it's going to be so difficult. And then he can't actually hit you. That's so funny. I'm leaving it like that. That's hilarious. My ice immunity have feathers, dude. Ski on the run that's coming out today. I had an amazing run as the Shade, and I found a gun that had crazy knockback and was like, this gun, I'm never going to be able to use this on the Shade, and then immediately found your cursed shop with the cement boots and got knockback immunity. It didn't end up amounting to much, but it was a really cool interaction. It was just like perfectly timed. Yeah, these bouncer guys work really well in rooms with a lot of walls, which is why I placed them in here. Nice. Why did it place all the circle rooms in a row? Because they don't actually spawn in order of the order that I built them. That's kind of funny that happened. Some of these rooms are definitely quite easy, but like that is fine. They don't all need to be the same level of difficulty. I think also as well, this one depends on where you enter from. Entering from above means you have these walls above and below, which makes it a lot easier. Also, having the webbing around with these snipers is quite a good idea as well. Spoilers. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, the shade run was really good. We got an insanely powerful run. I shall not spoil what happened in terms of if we won or lost, because the shade is the shade. Oh, this is a bit intense. The shade is the shade. You can have the most powerful run on Earth. All it takes is one hit and you die, so I will let you guys find out what happened. Okay, we need to heal. So this run's a little harder, but I don't think it's overly hard. It's only really that hard because I let these guys do too much summoning. That's not too bad at all. Not too bad. Shade is the lost, yeah. Shade dies in one hit. Gotta remember, I am actively suffering. I'm only using the pistol, though. If you had a regular gun, that room would be nowhere near as hard. In fact, I'll demonstrate something after this. What we'll do is we'll play through these same rooms again, but I'll give myself like the AK-47 or something, and we'll see how they stand up in terms of difficulty compared to the first time. I really like these snake enemies. I think they're really well designed. Also, can we just say how well of a job Nevernamed did at animating the snake shot enemies? Because snake shot is an actual type of ammunition. I like how cool they are. It's so good. Such a good enemy idea. These rooms actually feel quite vanilla-esque, I feel. They're quite good. I'm liking them. Not to pat myself on the back too much, but I think I did a pretty good job. I think the sizing is really good. And one thing that I really struggled with when I first started making rooms, and some of you will know this, and some of these rooms are still in Enter the Gungeon, is that room sizes was something that I found really hard to get like appropriately accurate for the enemies that I've added. What I do need to do is go through like the oubliette and some of the other floors and take a look at some of the rooms and expand and ask Apache to delete them, because there is like 5 or 6 rooms, maybe a few more than that are really bad that need to go. Okay, here's that candelabra room. Yeah, so you see, you can enter the room just fine, but then the bullets start closing in. By the way, these enemies, currently, the candelabras, have an insane amount of HP. That is going to be tweaked before these maps are, before these rooms are released. But right now, yeah, the candelabras have an insane amount of HP. It's actually silly. I thought I took away the teleporter in this room. Oh, I added teleporters to all the rooms, didn't I? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, really cool enemy design, right? Really cool enemy design. As the shade with AK, you sadist. No. It's probably a good idea, actually, but no. Nah, do you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. For the meme. But yeah, honestly, when playing as the Shade, your worst nightmare is custom rooms. Custom rooms are typically a lot harder than vanilla rooms. So when you come across a custom room as the Shade, you're going to get burned. Those guys coming in. The projectiles don't seem to work on bottom wall. I did notice that, yeah. I know why. I know why. It's because I placed them too close to the wall, so they're just getting destroyed by the wall. I just fell in that pit twice. I just need to move them up slightly. That's an easy fix. Why don't these guys move like they should? These little skull guys in these rooms just... Why do I keep walking to pits? What's wrong with me? Yeah, I think Huts did play them once. I hope Huts gets back to making Gungeon content at some point soon. I'd like to see that. I gave him my mod pack a little while ago, so hopefully eventually he'll get back to it. But I know that he has a really hard time with like crashes and bugs in Gungeon for some reason. He's always had a hard time with it, so it's a little bit overwhelming for him to play Gungeon because it just doesn't seem to work for him very well. I really like this, so if you're not quick to the draw with killing the Jammer Mango, these guys start leaving jammed bullets all over the damn place. I love that. This is a very hard layout, actually. I never thought about how hard this layout would be. It's fine, but it's a lot harder than I intended it to be. Just because of this, the buffer boy sits in a pretty inaccessible location. Don't do that attack. No one wants this attack. Right, one last room, then we're going to try these rooms again as the shade, but with the AK, and see how we do. I'm really liking the size of these rooms. I got the size just right this time around. Ow. Okay, cool. Let's return to the breach and we'll try that again. Yeah, the candelabra I can fix after this. So let's play as a shade. And we'll do debug flow. Oh wait, no, I just disabled it, my bad. Can I load level hollow from here? Maybe I can. Yes! So the snake enemies are actually just repurposing the Amaconda's attacks. It's literally just taking the Amaconda's attacks and giving them to an enemy. That's all it's doing. So we'll visit all rooms, add teleporters, and give AK-4... Oh wait, is it AK-47? AK-47 is like that? There you go, yeah. Okay, let's try this out now. Let's give this a go. Hey! How you doing? You gotta pass out anyhow. Well, I'm not going to be live for much longer because the YouTube video is going to go out in about 10 minutes. And I'm going to set that up. So that's how we go. So we have a lot more damage as the shade, and obviously we're using a better gun. Let's see how we do. And obviously we've got flight as well, which for the rooms with pits or like this room that has their thingy, that's good. Also you get piercing with this guy too. So this enemy, this character even, sorry, is definitely a lot stronger. So we'll see how we do. Okay, all good. Nice, nice. Froze him straight away. Nitroed him, apparently. Froze him as well. Awesome. But he was able to shoot that time around. Good, good. Oh my god, don't like that. I could have just waited for the bullets to disappear and not cause myself as much pain, or potential pain there, but... Oh my god, these snakes, they're gonna get me killed as the shade, I can tell you that. Not too bad. This cat, this was a replacement, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I actually chose that cat. After this room, we'll give ourselves some ammo. Give ammo. Thank you. Doing pretty well so far. Feeling good about these rooms. I always forget those guys don't despawn when you kill the enemies. That was only one wave as well. Good, good. Almost through all the circle rooms now. Almost. Good. Dude. As if I died to the musket ball. That was so silly of me. My goodness. If I do quick restart, how does this work? Do I have to work my way through all the rooms again? I probably do, don't I? I think it's just going to restart that floor. Yeah. Go back to the hollow. Can't remember, is it quick kill? Yeah, quick kill. Visit all rooms. And teleporters, cool. So we were about here, I think. Oh, dude, I left quick kill on, my bad. I don't need quick kill anymore. Okay, we're back to where we were. Yeah, so the candelabras, if we go back to the bottom of the room, you'll see the bullets are just hitting the wall and immediately dissipating. So I just need to move those bullets up a tiny little bit and they'll work. That was just a bit of my bad. Big guy over there. Not too bad, not too bad. Sit over the pit here for these dudes. We good. One more blue guy up here, I think. Yeah. Not too bad. I might as well take that ammo instead of spawning some in, thank you. Kind of works out for us. Yeah, the candles are really creative. You can do some really interesting stuff with them if you make the room like around them. Nevername's done some pretty cool stuff with them. He's like written out people's names and stuff using them. Really gonna do this attack to me? Thank God I killed him before I did anything, because that attack I do not know how to dodge. Because it never shows up, so I never end up learning it. Oh god, that was really close. Okay, cool. There you go. So, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so we need to go and quickly edit one room. Only one, I think it was. Let's try and figure out which one it was first, though. So, go back into here, delete all of these, and then open Damn, it's going to be hard to remember which room that was. Are you okay? There you go. Taking a little while to load them as well. There it is. Okay, so basically all I need to do here is come over here, go to placeables, and remove all of these ones all the way up to here. Come back over to here, and just place them one higher. There you go. That should fix that. Cool. Now we can close this down. Exit. I can put all those into tested, and then I can compress to zip file. Hollow rooms. And then I can send these to Nevernamed when I'm ready to do so. And what we'll do now is we'll go and upload our YouTube videos. And you guys can be along for the ride. Cool. I didn't realize the music finished ages ago. Cool. Here. Videos. This is the right one? Hello everybody and welcome back. That it is. I've already created a thumbnail, but I'll show you guys it anyways in the editor. Here's the thumbnail for today's. Pretty goddamn cool. This yo-yo, I picked it up and I was like, this thing's dog shit. And I started using it and was like, wait a minute. This thing's fucking insane. And I also got this item that allowed us to get shields, but we weren't able to heal. Really, really cool. And obviously for this character, you don't need to heal, so it was perfect. So yeah, pretty happy with that thumbnail. I also color swapped. If we go over to my my file for so here's all my body parts, by the way, for my like melon character. If you want like the full sheet of them, here's like all the different body parts and stuff. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think it works really well. Yeah, Goyo's very, very good. And then yeah, if we go over to like the modding folder, for example, and we go shade. Shade is a character we're playing as. There's a bunch of items that come from the shade, so like shade's eye. So I took the shade's eye, we'll put it to the top here and make it bigger. I took the shade's eye and I used his the color palette and color swapped my melon guy with it. I left the face green because I thought it still wants to be like recognizable, right? But Nevernamed made me this like hollow looking face. I thought it looked really good. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good for the thumbnail. So we can leave that as it is and select it and upload it. Let's go over to where is it? No, there we go. We'll reuse the details from the last video, and the title's always the hardest bit. I don't like that at all. Honestly, the title is by far the hardest bit. I find it really difficult to write a good title. Because it's like you got to make sure that on like mobile it doesn't get cut off the main information. Cause only the first couple of words will show up on mobile. Nah, I don't really like that either. That's decent. That's decent enough. Cool. That video is live. Go watch it. But if you want to, we'll hang about a sec and we'll make a thumbnail together because I think you guys might be interested in that. Let's put the music back on wherever the music went. Put that back on. Now let's make a thumbnail together for the next episode. You guys can get a sneak peek of what the next episode's going to be. Also, I was downloading Risk of Rain mods. Right. So let's go to my videos. So as you can see, welcome. I've got a few episodes already recorded. So typically what I do in this one is I skip through. I won't show you guys this bit because I don't want you guys to get too spoiled on what's going on. So I'm going to skip through the video and try and remember what happened. Oh, so this was Blessed Mode. Okay, this one's actually really easy to make a thumbnail for, I'm pretty sure. Was this Blessed Mode? Let me just double check.
We could technically do these in one go, but I forget that it...
Yeah, Blessed Mode, cool. Okay, Blessed Mode's a pretty easy one to make a thumbnail for, to be honest. So let's do that. Will we be doing any Isaac again? Yeah, at some point, but probably not soon. So there's a few reasons for that. One is YouTube seems to really not like it when you're playing multiple games on your channel right now. I don't know when that changed, but at the moment it really doesn't like it. So sticking with one game is helping my channel out quite a lot, and I'm enjoying the game that I'm playing. Another thing is I am so insanely burnt out on Isaac. And also, thirdly, the last few videos I uploaded on Isaac did very poorly. So I don't even really have a good reason to play it. Yeah, so my thinking here is we're going to go and grab the Blessed Lady. So let's go into MISC, NPCs. Here's the Blessed Lady. We'll make her very big. And then let's go get my Melon Man, Mr. Melon. Now, how do I want to do this? Because what I could do is let's see, what face would we want to use first? I kind of want to use the glasses one. The glasses one would look kind of cool. The grin would be kind of funny as well. Or the little doofy smirk. The devious grin. I don't know. I kind of think the sunglasses probably work quite well here. I like that. Yeah, I think the sunglasses works quite well. So what I'm thinking here maybe is I could do this. I could go... like this, and then just merge these two down. Basically, go like this. Delete all that. That looks kind of shit. Oh no, that looks fucking terrible. That looks so bad. Right, what if I make it bigger? Nah, that looks fucking awful. I don't like that at all. Okay, okay, let's put the Melon Man back in. I think the sunglasses work well though. I think this is a badass sort of run, so I think that works. So we'll keep those two. Let's give him some leggies. And we'll increase the size on this lad. That's good. Let's add the title in. Got to try a bunch of modded guns this run, so I think that's a good title. I always like to reduce the spacing here because this font has like really, really large spaces for some reason. So I always reduce that a little bit. Oopsie. Okay, we've got that in place now. Just going to quickly go and open the video back up again and see what was... Do I need the video open again?
Hello, everybody.
Really? I kind of tried to think of what would be like a cool weapon to hold. I don't really know. There's so many weapons. Okay, I don't think I need the video open, to be honest. Then we come into mods. Delete that corn folder for now. Once more into the breach has a lot of guns. Let's go and grab a cool looking one of those. I want it to be something that's fairly large and looks pretty interesting. Even if it's one that I didn't get in the run, I think it's okay. It's a little clickbaity, but realistically it's not really, because on a blessed run you're going to be getting a ton of guns. Whichever gun you got the dragon kill with, that's not a bad idea at all. Let's go and have a little look-see. That's not a bad idea at all.
Hello, everybody.
Ah. Oh, wait, no. Oh, fuck yes. Look what gun it was. It was a fucking Christmas tree. It was a fucking Christmas tree. Awesome. Okay, can I find... The problem is now, I don't know what that gun's called. Yeah, tree? I don't know what the gun's called. Fuck. This is the issue. Because I got the gun randomly. It doesn't tell me. Actually, just talking about. Unfortunately, I guess this, but yeah, I don't get to see what the gun's called at all. It's from Gungeon Craft. You beast. Okay, let's look for it then. Weapon collection. Should hopefully be able to find it in here somehow. Hey, here it is. Here it is. Awesome. Okay. So, it's the mistletoe. Of course it's the mistletoe. Actually, to be fair, should we go with the one with the glowing star like that? Cool. So then we'll make that up to size. Probably about that big. Maybe a little smaller than that. We'll angle it a little bit. And then we got to add the hands, which is adding the hands is kind of tricky. So we'll go with this one here. Definitely smaller than that. I think I need to make the tree a bit bigger as well, to be honest. And then the other hand is this one. I think I need to make both the hands a little smaller. The proportions are slightly off. Still think the gun needs to be bigger. Cool, okay. There's a trigger there. Have him cradling it. No, I know there's not a trigger there, but it doesn't look like a gun if you don't have So I've got a few different hand poses, but like if I just have him cradling it, it no longer looks like a gun. If I have the trigger finger, then it looks like a gun, right? Move the tree to the right a bit so it's not completely covering the body. Probably fair. Like that. It's a little hard to get right, isn't it? Christmas tree codpiece. So I think what we should do here is we should make my guy a bit bigger, just so we have more like space to work with. Move him up a little bit, and then move the gun down a little bit, and then angle the gun a little more upwards. This hand needs to then angle that way a little more. See, it's not fucking easy, guys. It's not easy. So I could duplicate this and have him holding it with both hands like that, but that just looks like he's holding a Christmas tree. It doesn't look like a gun anymore. I think it needs to look like a gun. How does that look? Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Cool. So then we can merge all that down. Now we get to do the fun bit, because we're doing blessed mode. I'm not sure what to do. So I could do a few things. I could go and grab her, the blessed mode woman, and I could have her like leaning out from behind me. I don't think that looks very good though. I think what I'd rather do is have her like in the corners. Make her a little bigger. Have her in the corners. We'll duplicate her. Like that. So she's like looking on. And then what we'll do is we'll go through and do the fun part and come over to mods, and then we'll just get like a gun from each mod. So we'll go into like Planet Saga weapons. Let's find a fun looking weapon. Even if it's one I didn't get in the run, I realize that's slightly disingenuous, but unfortunately that's what thumbnails are like. So that looks this fishbone thing looks pretty goddamn cool. Let's grab this. We'll go grab the idol rather than the shooting. Ruler cool, that's it. So now what we'll do is we'll do like a bunch of weapons sticking out from behind me that look really interesting. We'll grab one of those. We'll get another one from this mod as well, because I like this mod a lot. Oh, by the way, this gun here, by the way, Ski, I got this on Bless mode. It's fucking impossible to use. I get that's the point, but goddamn, it was annoying to get on Bless mode because you're just stuck with it. This thing looks goddamn cool. Go with that. Make it slightly smaller. Then we'll go a bit of Planet Side. Do I have any guns from Planet Side? Yeah, I have a few actually. Grab the gun. Slightly hard to have this one in the frame without it looking too janky, to be honest. I'm gonna get rid of that one and flip it to the other side. Have we got any better looking weapons from this one? That's a good looking weapon, but it's a bit basic. I want something that's a bit more jazzy. I don't have any jazzy ones from that mod. What's one of the breach guns? Have a look, see. Oh, gotta get the Geark in there, hell yeah. Bit of Geark in there, why not? We'll go with another one from this mod as well. This one looks pretty interesting. And we'll go with one more from a different mod. We'll go with the Gungeon Craft one, because there's plenty of cool Gungeon Craft ones in there. I actually did get this gun, so let's go with this one, because I actually did get this one. I'm fairly sure, at least. Right, so then we'll... These two we won't give a border to. These ones we will, so we'll do a very light border around these ones. And we'll blur that. We'll do 6. Don't want it too big. And then our actual guy himself, we'll give a double border to. Now the big border there. Smaller border. Blur that one quite a bit. And I'm pretty happy with that. How does that look, people? How does that look? I think I could do a little bit of a better job with the weaponry. I think I need to, like, slightly budge that over to the side a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. That thing looks pretty decent. Thank you. Then we can go over to our thumbnails. That's the wrong one. Thumbnails. Enter the Gungeon. 20. Cool, I'm pretty happy with that. So we've got our thumbnail for the next episode sorted. Cool. By the way, in case you're wondering what my structure of files looks like, I have never deleted a thumbnail ever. So if we go to Binding of Isaac and go to old, I have my original first ever. It's not this one. This one, first ever thumbnail. I actually replaced the original one with my character because it used to be on my my homepage. But I have some of the first ever thumbnails I ever created. I've never deleted any of them. So I've got all of these ones. Then I've got all of these, all of my custom character ones, every single modded episode one, all of these modded character ones, mod lock that I did, all of the newer ones that I did that are not that I don't like, these save file ones, repentance, my streak, and some other extra ones like I did one for Dead God. There's a really cool bit of art there when I got Dead God. I've got an 8 terabyte external hard drive, so don't worry about it. And in terms of videos, I do delete my videos a little more often because I run out of space, but I do tend to save a lot of my videos as well. So Enter the Gungeon, we got a few of the older episodes. Binding of Isaac, I used to have tons of my Binding of Isaac ones still, but I've not got any left now. I deleted quite a lot of them recently, but yeah, I prefer having the older stuff because you never know when you might need it or want it again. Ugh. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this this little stream. Obviously, we went a bit ad hoc at the end there, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Please go and check out the latest episode. Leave likes, comments, all that good stuff. I'm really enjoying the new series, so people helping it keep going is very nice. Yeah, 8 terabyte, it's good stuff. I like it. How much of it am I using right now? I'm currently using 4.4 terabytes of it, but that was at 7 terabytes until I deleted a bunch of videos recently. You could have a Twitch stream set up which streams your old content 24/7. That's not even a bad idea. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this. I had fun making rooms with you guys, and I'm sure Nevernamed will appreciate the rooms once he sees them in the morning. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to do this again, and yeah, please go and support the latest episode and enjoy it. It is a very interesting one, quite good stuff indeed. Either way,